Yo, what's up guys, Shady here. So today I'm just going to make a quick video on graphics settings and the best possible way to get the most FPS out of your system. As you guys know, Tarkov is not the easiest game to run. This game runs like a piece of shit. Streets of Tarkov runs like a piece of shit. Lighthouse sometimes runs like a piece of shit. The game runs like a piece of shit. But we can do many things to improve it where we can and possibly try to get this game running good. I have a 4090 and a 3900K, a 13900K, and 32 GB of RAM. This game is mainly CPU intensive, so if you don't have a good CPU, you will have a hard time running this game. The GPU doesn't matter as much. You can have a really good CPU and a terrible GPU and run this game great, but if you have a great GPU and a terrible CPU, you're gonna have a hard time. These settings that I'm going to give right now is more for NVIDIA and Intel users. I can make a separate video for AMD CPUs. It's a bit more different in terms of the BIOS settings and the settings in your graphics and a few other settings in your Windows settings compared to Intel, but it's the same thing, just different steps. But first off, we're gonna start off in the graphics settings. I play my game at 1440. I run it in borderless always, and VSync. You only run VSync if you're using G-Sync. If you're not using G-Sync, leave this off. Simple as that. 9 out of 10 times I leave my VSync off, but right now I'm playing with G-Sync. I've been testing it out for the last 2 weeks. I've been enjoying it, so I have VSync on. I run my game at ultra because I have a 4090 and I have it overclocked. If you want to play, if you don't have a good graphics card, keep it on medium or high. If it's not going to change your FPS too much. If I put my settings on low, I will get the same FPS as if they're on ultra because my graphics card isn't the issue, it's the CPU, right? Same thing with shadows. I like to keep them on high, but ultimately this is preference. Object LOD, we want to keep this on 2 or 2.5. Overall visibility, I don't like to go higher than 1500. Some people like to push it to 2, but that's a bit too much for me. Clouds, sometimes I run them low, sometimes I run it high. It's just yeah. And for anti-aliasing, we run TAA high. I believe right now, oh, I'm not even running DLSS, I forgot. Yeah, DLSS has a bug right now. Do not use NVIDIA DLSS. It has a bug right now where when you ADS down scopes, it will become very blurry and it's hard to see. DLSS was really good a few months ago, I believe, but now with the 1.0 update, something during the Christmas update, something fucked off with DLSS, and it just does not work right now. But we want to use the AMD FSR. Even if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you can still use the AMD FSR. It runs beautifully, and I would recommend you guys to either run this on balanced or quality. Balanced will give you a bit more performance boost if you don't have that much of a powerful rig. Quality, if you have the rig to handle it, feel free to put it. The game will look slightly worse as you go down, but you will get better performance as you play around with these. HBO you can either keep this on off or keep it on ultra. I keep it on ultra. I've been fucking around with my settings, and this is the way I've been preferring it. SSR, I keep it on high. Anisotropic filtering, I like to keep it on per texture, and right now I'm just experimenting with it on, but normally I keep it on per texture. And then reflex, if you have VSync off, keep reflex on, and with boost you can do that with you can test it out. Sometimes you'll get better FPS with boost, sometimes you'll get better FPS without boost. You have to really play around with the settings and just see what works best with your rig, because everyone's rig is different. Everyone's running different specs. Everyone's running different BIOS settings, Windows settings. Every little major and minor setting plays a factor into Tarkov. That's how terribly optimized this game is. You have to factor in every little thing. So, and it's a headache, but I'm hoping I can give you guys enough info to base and make the right decisions, or test it, trial and error these things until the game runs better. And the rest of these, you guys want to have them all off. And then Streets of Tarkov low texture resolution, always have this on. Streets is terribly optimized. You guys want to have this on. It's yeah. And then post FX, this is for your filter side of things. It has nothing to do with your performance, but here are my filters if you guys want to see them anyways. Also, here is something else you guys want to change. So I noticed halfway through editing this video, the stuff I was trying to show on screen wasn't even showing, but this was one of the settings I was trying to show. You want to go to your Escape from Tarkov exe properties. Once you go to properties, go to compatibility, you're going to disable full screen optimization. This is a major setting. This will most likely boost your performance by a lot, and you're always going to want to run it as administrator. That's normal. And also with your NVIDIA app, if you have a 40 series and above, I'm not sure if it works for 30 series, you wanna turn on the smooth motion setting. This is a life-changing setting for this game, especially when the game is poorly optimized as it is. This uses AI that's in your graphics card to give you fake frames in a sense, but you will notice the smooth difference on your game. The only thing people have reported is they do feel input lag. Me personally, I haven't felt it enough, but I've only been playing with this setting for 2 weeks now, so I still need some more time with it. Maybe I'll update it down the line, but so far it feels amazing. And the only way to, and if it's grayed out for you, if the smooth motion setting is grayed out for you, you're just going to want to go to your hardware acceleration or your graphics settings. You're going to go to advanced graphics settings and just turn on hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. Once that's on, restart your computer and you will be able to turn on smooth motion. And after all that, hopefully your settings, with all these settings changes, your game will perform a little better. Also, you want to make sure your XMP is on. XMP is a major setting that you need to have on. It will boost your performance. That is also if your computer can handle it. If your computer becomes unstable afterwards, then you might have to mess around with the BIOS settings, change your RAM speed, your frequencies, something. I'm not going to get too much into detail with that because it can differ based on every rig, every machine. But other than that, change all these settings. And it's a lot of trial and error, but it's worth the headache, because once you get the game running perfect, it feels nice. It feels fucking nice to not have 20 FPS, 30 FPS every time you step into streets. But other than that, there's not much more for me to go over. I could make another video in the future about my filter settings with my NVIDIA filters, with Riva tuner and all that. But that's a topic for another day. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. Other than that, catch you guys later. So right here, I jumped into a quick streets raid just to show you guys how my game looks and what kind of FPS I am getting. I'm hovering around 60 to 70 FPS, and that's pretty good, but you can see my game is feeling really smooth, and it doesn't seem like 60 FPS, and this is simply because of the smooth motion. The smooth motion setting, actually, if you turn on your NVIDIA overlay and you check your NVIDIA FPS, it will show you the FPS you're getting with the integrated frames. The FPS counter you see on the top right, that is the Tarkov frames from the game engine. So right now I'm getting 70 FPS off the game engine, and then with the added frames from the smooth motion, I'm getting about 100 extra FPS. So in total, I am playing at around 160 FPS. I don't have my NVIDIA overlay on right now, so I can't show you guys that, but if I had it on, you guys would be able to see it, no problem. But yeah, this is what my game pretty much looks like on Streets of Tarkov after these settings. Before this, I was only getting 30 FPS. Before the smooth motion, I was getting 20 to 30 FPS when I was getting in fights, when I was ADSing, and I would get around 40 FPS when I'm running around the way I am right now. And with these changes, now I can actually enjoy the map and play the game. It's nice. But yeah, I just want to show you guys this real quick before I head out.